bring you an update on the power sector. The timely intervention of security personnel of GRIDCo foiled what would have been a major effect to on the operations of the power distributor VRA and other depots. This comes some weeks after some unknown persons hacked down a pylon in Tema. My colleague Ernest Menu is traveling with some officials of GRIDCo and joins us on the line with more on this. Hello, Ernest.
Yes, Bernard.
What exactly happened that could have potentially affected the operations of VRA?
So this morning we were at the site at the VRA and the GRIDCo VRA enclave. We were taken to a particular area where a pipeline is being constructed. Later we were told by the chief engineer at GRIDCo that it's actually a gas pipeline that is being constructed. It is meant to supply fuel to GRIDCo, VRA, to some major OMCs and depots in the Tema enclave. We understand that it is linked to the Tema Harbor and some very key and very important, installations and companies within the area. On Sunday evening, this pipeline was touched by some unknown persons. However, they did not succeed in bringing it down totally. The security guards at GRIDCo, who overlooked the area, detected this in good time and were able to prevent them from further destroying the pipeline, which is under construction. A fire turned on from the VRA office, which is just close by. In fact, the pipeline is being constructed right behind GRIDCo and just in front of the VRA office. And so these two bodies actually have some sort of oversight responsibility as far as security is concerned within this very area. And so a attendant from VRA came over to quench the flame, and that is how come they were able to save the situation. But the individual or individuals were not arrested, but we are told by the head of security for GRIDCo that it's been reported to the police and investigations are underway.
Ernest, a few weeks ago, the GRIDCo, one of their pylons, was hacked down, and we were told by the Energy Minister, John Amewu, that there were some internal investigations as well as CID investigations. Have you been given any update on that incident?
So there were two investigations, one by the police and the other by the internal, by VRA, by GRIDCo itself, like you mentioned. But we did not get any updates from the head of security. It's just the police are still investigating, and with their internal investigations, they are still ongoing. Once they are done, he is not sure if this will be made public because it's meant for internal consumption. However, once the police investigations are done, he is very certain that the minister would make this public.
So apart from this, what have you been told on this tour with the officials of GRIDCo and other energy companies?
Yes, Bernard, you know that just last Friday, GRIDCo, after 12 hours of publishing a load shedding, timetable, suspended, the timetable or the schedule because in the statement they said that GRIDCo had told them they have enough generation. But that did not stop the intermittent power outages being experienced by Ghanaians. And so we got an update from the chief engineer in charge of transmission at GRIDCo, and he tells us that the outages being experienced currently has nothing to do with GRIDCo. As far as they are concerned, they have no problem with transmission, and it could be some external factors that does not fall within the purview of GRIDCo. And so that is the explanation we've got as far as, the outages we experience in currently in part of the country is concerned, Bernard.
Thank you very much, Ernest Menu, there bringing us some updates of his tour with some GRIDCo officials. And we understand that what has happened is that some officials of GRIDCo have foiled what could have been a major disaster, that the pipelines that supply gas to VRA and other installations were touched by some unknown persons, and the fire service department was there to quickly intervene and bring the situation under control. Else would have had a major issue on our hands. And he's also updated us on a previous incident, quite similar, where Some persons hacked down a GRIDCo pylon. We understand that investigations have been concluded. We don't know what the findings are as at now, but if we do, we'll let you know what the findings are. You're watching News Desk. I'm Venice Abubedulansa. Coming up in business, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta leads government's delegation to the annual IMF World Bank Spring Meetings in Washington, D.C. Darryl Powell is standing by with details.